Hey, what's up, guys? This is Racing Revved, and welcome to another part of our driver career mode with Williams. And this is going to be part 5 today for the Monaco Grand Prix. And if you have been following this, in the last video we did episode 2, 3, and 4. If you haven't checked that out, it was crazy races. Go check those out. But this is the start of the silly season. With this episode, our silly season starts. There are rumors of Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari, and if he does goes, there will be a vacant set at Mercedes. So if I perform the best in this race, if I perform good, I might get a chance to join Mercedes next year. Anyways, as we are in our qualifying laps, and there are also some rumors of Nico Hülkenberg going to the Apex GP team and already taking over the Sauber this year and just starting to sponsor them from this year instead of 2026, as we end up our flying lap through the final two corners. We go through the final corner, and this is one of the best laps I have ever done in Monaco, as we cross the line, and it is going to be a P1. Oh my god, this is the best result that we can give to show Mercedes that we are better than everyone. In this slow Williams, we have gotten P1 in Monaco. This is just beautiful. This is just so beautiful. This is just confirming our seat in Mercedes. Anyways, let's just aside the rumors, keep them aside, and let's just focus on to our race. I am thinking to do a one stop and start on the medium, so I will just start on the mediums, and if there is an early safety car, I can quickly jump onto the hards and continue onto the hards till the end of the race, as we go on to 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and we are underway, and the Monaco Grand Prix is on, and we are blocking off the 2 Red Bulls drivers as they are in the championship fight, but we come victorious onto the lap 1, turn 1, and going through the uphill section towards Casino Square, we take the lead. We go wide, but we are in the lead under huge pressure from Perez in the Red Bull, really giving me some pressure from behind, but there is a real back and forth going on between Verstappen and Perez switching on, and there are yellow flags into sector 2, and the green flag is waving again, as we have broken DRS from Perez, and Sainz covers up Verstappen, giving Perez some room, as we are 1 second ahead of Perez, and that was a banker first lap. That was the best lap we can do, as we are going through the swimming pool section, but the Red Bull giving Checo more pace than me. My Williams does not have any pace, but it is just, Monaco is not about the pace, it's about the drivers, and we are some of the best drivers in the world. Yeah, I am proud about that. But you can see I have broken DRS with pretty much Perez. He is just staying behind me, but the DRS will be broken in this lap as we go on again through the uphill section towards Casino Square, picking that line. That line is the best line, I guess, with the medium tires, as we are setting purples, but it is actually taken by Perez because he is the man chasing me. Obviously, Perez and Verstappen in the championship fight. If you were following this all along, you would know that Perez and Verstappen are in a championship fight this season. We obviously don't actually care about that. What we care about is us getting a seat in Mercedes and taking Mercedes back to victory. And even that pressure from Checo in the start of that lap, we have broken DRS. We are actually 3 seconds ahead of Checo, and we have set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and we are just into lap 3. This is not like real life that we will hold our pace and save the tires. This is the game just goes go on and burn your tires, and the AIs will just do that, as we set the purple first sector. Obviously, we are in the lead of the race. Checo might close the gap, but it is one thing to come close, and it is another to overtake here in Monaco. You can be just behind me, but you can't overtake, because this is such so narrow circuit, as there are yellow flags again on sector 2, but we don't care. We are in sector 3. We are just flying in Monaco. We are just flying in the principality. If we win this race, just if we are going to win this race. This might be a huge factor of getting us into the Mercedes seat, but we can't win it if we make mistakes like that, and that was nearly a race ending mistake from us. We just nicked the wall there, and this might have been race over for us, as it is now lap 8 and Checo has been behind me for quite a long now, and he is just sitting there just pressurizing me and pushing me all along. There is a huge gap between Perez and Sainz, but Perez really sticking up onto me, and Verstappen has gone down to P7. He and Checo are in a championship fight, and this is really bad for Verstappen. If he can't recover, this will be very bad for Verstappen. As we now go on through Raskas towards lap 9, and the tires are really not wearing out because this is such a short lap, as there is yellow flags in sector 2, but we don't care because we are in sector 2 of the next lap. And you can see the gap going about 1 second and then coming down to like 2/10, 1/10. This race is just going back and forth. That's why they call it the race of qualifying. If you qualify higher, if there is no mistake from your pit crew or the car, you will end up the race high. And if you see the next William cars, that is my teammate, you will find him in P12, which surely tells us who is the better driver between us, as Perez is within slipstream from us, as there is a virtual safety car and Verstappen is out of the race. Verstappen is out of the race and there is a virtual safety car. I guess he is retiring. I guess he's just retired from the race. I don't know if he had a mechanical failure or something that of kind, and that was totally unexpected from the Red Bull team. If Verstappen loses this, he had to do much work to get into the championship lead again, because Checo might just get P2 because we will get P1. I will hold up into that. As Perez is pitting, Perez chose to pit, so I am thinking, let's just push on to this lap, use all of the ERS and pit, because if this overcut, the overcut always works in Monaco. In Monaco, if you have traffic, the undercut will not work. The overcut always works, because when Checo comes out of the pit lane, he will come under traffic, which will slow him down, and this will just give me the advantage. After doing the overcut, I can just come back ahead of him. So that's the plan, as it is the end of the lap and we are coming in, as the two McLarens led by Piastri are staying out. They are on the medium tires and they are still staying out, so they are going long. As we come into the pits for a set of hard tires, this is going to be a one-stop race. This is not like real life. There is no red flag in the game currently, so we will see what happens as we come ahead of Perez. I told you that the overcut always works in Monaco. The undercut will never work because there is so much traffic and this is just so short. The pit lane is so short and the lap around here is so short, so one lap difference makes no sense. As you can see, I am ahead of Perez by a lot. The gap when we pitted was 1 second and the gap now is 10 seconds, so you can see how bad the overcut has worked for him. Oh no, sorry, oh my god, I've been looking at the intervals, the distance from the race leader. I have not been looking with the distances, the times between the drivers. You can see it is just 7 seconds, so the overcut has worked for me, but the undercut hasn't worked for Perez, because this is just so short of a lap, as we are held by Gasly, and Gasly just goes through us as he was entering the pits. That was a huge dive from us. If he wasn't entering the pits, it could have been a race ending crash for us. It could have been a race ending crash for us, or at least some major damage, and will lead to lack of downforce that will create opportunity for Perez to take over him, as the top 3 remains the same as lap 2, that is me P1 and Perez P2 and Sainz P3. The rest of them haven't pit yet. Leclerc haven't pit yet, Hamilton haven't pit yet, and the two McLarens haven't pit yet. And Perez has chosen the soft tires, so he might be doing a 2-stop, I don't know. He was on the mediums, then he chose the soft tires, I don't know for what reason. And the Haas of Nico Hülkenberg is so low that we are nearly ending our lap, and he has still He just finished his lap, so we might lap him. Who knows? But what happened to his horse? He might have some damage onto lap 1, because that horse isn't slow. We can see that Magnussen is P12. Don't know what happened to him, but we continue our race. As Sainz puts on a dive bomb on lap 13 and takes the first place from us into Casino Square. Through Mirabeau we go. I will really look ahead to overtake it from him as Sainz spins out and he just crashes out, I guess. Sainz has spun out of Mirabeau. I hadn't touched him. If I had touched him, I would have gotten a 5-second time penalty. He was ahead of me. He just spun round. As I take a moment to just grasp what has happened, he just put on a dive bomb as there are yellow flags waving, and there is a virtual safety car again. For what? Oh, Sainz is out of the race. I guess that might have given him so much damage that he had to retire his car, and there is a virtual safety car for that. So what happened is, so now Sainz has crashed, so now Hamilton will get some advantage because he is leading the race, and his hard tires will be more effective for a bit more of the laps as we catch on to the behind of Piastri. And you can see how much tire wear he has on those soft tires. You can see without even the use of DRS we are just having more grip than him as we obliterate him, and we get on to P2 towards Leclerc and Hamilton, towards that Monegasque driver who won the Monaco Grand Prix in real life. But we will try to get that win from him to just see ourselves in that Mercedes. Is that Piastri uses his DRS to overtake us, but we know we have the clear pace from him. That is just the speed of the McLaren, overspeed of the McLaren, but we know we have some downforce and that grip of these new tires than him. We can just overtake him through Rascas or at the main straight towards turn 1. Yeah, so we will just overtake him through turn 1. There we go. DRS wide open. ERS. Oh, we have lost the DRS, but we have the ERS. I will just not dive it. Oh my god, that was close call. That was just inches away from my front wing and his diffuser. That could have been another race ending moment for us, but we are just waiting in patience. We are just ahead of Perez, so we are just waiting in patience to overtake him. As oh my god, that was some terrorism from Piastri. He just blocked the road for us. If you see in slow-mo, I dive bombed it to the outside. I was not on his line, and he just closed the door like a moron, and I just go straight through him. So again, one enemy down, and so he will have to pit because he will get front wing damage. It was because of him. I didn't do anything to him. I was just trying to get out the outside. He had enough room in the inside, and that's why I haven't got any 5-second time penalty or any penalty. For that, the stewards thought I was just too innocent to get any penalty. As it is lap 17 and there is yellow flags into sector 3, and there is a big crash there out of this hairpin. I don't know what to call this, as there are 3 cars involved, and there is the home hero Leclerc, Hamilton and Tsunoda caught up in this train, as there is another virtual safety car in this race, and this has just turned the tables. We were doing the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, which means we still have the pace with the clean air in front of us. We have the faster, fresher tires, and Lewis Hamilton P2, he might have gotten damage. Leclerc obviously has got damage. If you have seen, he just didn't pit, and I guess we have the clear pace around here to just overtake him. As Piastri finally pits, and you can see the other Williams, that is my teammate, is up into P5. So I guess the Williams car just has more pace, more downforce than any other car. That we are under pressure from Hamilton. Of course, it is the Mercedes, and he will have some pace around here because it is the Mercedes. It is a much better car than us, but what will help us is our tire wear. We just have more tire wear than their old softs, as Hamilton gets overtaken by Norris on those new soft tires. I mean, relatively new soft tires, As we are into the tunnel, coming out of the tunnel, we are nearly in DRS of Leclerc. We will surely get into DRS of him in the last sector and get the DRS of him and overtake him into turn 1. I guess we will be that brave. Let's see what happens into turn 1. We will see, as we might dive it outside. Oh, we just try to dive it, but we will not. We will be just patient, as we are near at the back. We are all over the back of Leclerc, but he gets the momentum through the first turn, but we again hit that wall, and this might just be gone, and the race win might just be gone with this. Leclerc is the candidate to win this Grand Prix, but as a Williams driver, I should have the right to win, as I will dive down the outside just as done with Norris. But Leclerc plays it brave, and I also give him some room, and Leclerc goes wide, and I take that opportunity to close the door, and we are into P1, and we are in the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix just by the pace of this Williams. This is just so surprising, and if there is only 8 laps remaining, which isn't a much, and if we can hold on to this position for the rest of the race, we might just win the Monaco Grand Prix in our first season, which I swear, if Mercedes doesn't give us the Lewis Hamilton seat next year, I will swear to God I will never join Mercedes next in the whatever happens in our driver career mode, as we have built some gap from Leclerc and Hamilton might come P3 and finish in the podium, top step of the podium. And so what I am currently thinking now is, what if I just give I just do a little bit of favor to Hamilton and just slow up the Mercedes of the Ferrari of Leclerc, just giving Lewis Hamilton a bit of favor, and he just comes P2, so that the Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff will be a little bit happy with me, and just that might be an idea. I will try that. I am going to try that. As it is the next lap, that is lap 21, and you can see Charles Leclerc is just at the back of me as I am trying to hold him up, as he does the dive bomb on through this corner, and he cuts the corner and he takes the lead the race, and Lewis Hamilton follows him through screw helping Hamilton. Let's just get the position back, and let's just get our P1 expected finish, as I dive it at Lewis Hamilton, but that will not work through these corners. Getting Hamilton getting great positions like P2, we will have to take P1. Screw everything, I will just go on for my P1, just using my battery pack and my newer fresher hard tires. I will just use them. As we get past Lewis Hamilton onto turn 1, that was a great move from me because of my grip that my hard tires are giving me, as I am closing the gap to Leclerc. This might just be it. It is lap 22, and this might just be it, as I will try to dive it on the outside of Leclerc again, but this time he is far more ahead of me than the last time, and again I nick the wall at that time, and this might just be it. I have no battery. There might be a tiny little chance of me getting that position back from Leclerc, but this has to be some great drive from me. This might just have given the win to Leclerc. I just tried to give Lewis a P2 finish here in Monaco. That might just help him with his final season with Mercedes. Maybe there are still rumors, but I really think he will go to Ferrari next season, as we are going to overtake Leclerc into turn 1, and there is a safety car. For whom? Oh, it's Kimi Antonelli out of the race, and as we overtake him and we get the safety car, so which means this might just give me the win. I guess we will have 2 laps of racing remaining, that is lap 26 and lap 27. As we go there to lap 26, the safety car is in, and the Monaco Grand Prix is underway again. Off the safety car, we have a great start from that safety car restart. Leclerc Perez just behind me, because Leclerc pit for new tires. He was just dying with his tires, so the win for Leclerc is just gone, and Perez is really pushing me through these corners, and he will try to overtake me with I guess he has fresher medium tires than my hard tires. You can see the wear on my hard tires, you can see the visual wear on them, as there is a virtual safety car again. So this will just ensure me my victory because there will be lesser distance of racing remaining. As we go on to the final lap of the Grand Prix, and we are 17th up of all of them, and we have more than enough of our battery, and now we are 1 second ahead of Perez as he is fighting Charles Leclerc for that P2 and P3 finish. It would be as Zhou Guanyu is in that kick Sauber is finishing P4, and our teammate is finishing P5 with the Williams. So this is just a real shake up of the grid in this race, as there is another virtual safety car. So as Zhou Guanyu takes P3, so this might be a podium for the kick Sauber, that is Alfa Romeo, in like what, 10 years, I don't know, like 5-6 years. So this might be their first podium in 5-6 years, which will be so good before the Audi takeover, as the virtual safety car will end, I guess, right here. That is, I guess, through Raskas the virtual safety car will end as we go through this section of the track, and the virtual safety car has ended. It's a very good race for Zhou Guanyu, but what we care about is we getting the P1 finish in Monaco in the first race of our career. In Monaco we win in the Principality, and we win the Monaco Grand Prix with fixing, I guess, our seat with Mercedes. Next season we finish off P1 with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so that will be 26 points to our name, as Leclerc finishes P2 with Zhou Guanyu with P3 with the slowest car on the grid, and our teammate, that is Taco, he finishes oh, where did he finished P4. That's great news for our team. This might be a rivalry between me and Teku, who will get the Mercedes seat next year, but we are so close to that Lewis Hamilton in the championship point standing. And that's it for today's video. If you have enjoyed this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.